Now we'll start with electricity. And what did we do when we were in 6th standard? In 5th, we did not have electricity. Maybe if you're doing the Oxford book in 5th standard, you said that it different forms of energy, electrical energy. One person said that they are using the Oxford book.
Yes, ma'am. We are also following.
Oxford. In that, is there a mention of electricity in 5th standard?
Yes, ma'am.
Not
When we study about sources of energy, we are dealing with energy conversion. Law of conservation of energy.
Yeah, law of conservation of energy. And there we study the first time there is something called as electrical energy. Then
Yes,
in
ma'am.
6th standard, what did we do? Recalling is very important. Recalling is very important. We said this is a
Chemical energy.
Cell.
Dry
Chemical
cell.
energy.
It's a dry
Primary cell. Primary cell.
Primary itself you have introduced. We have introduced in NCERT 6. So we had to show
dry
this
cell.
class.
Dry cell or the electric cell?
Dry cell or galvanic cell.
Now we will not use the word galvanic. In the book, electric cell is important. In the book, it is cell, and we should show this to the children, make them feel. They felt it in the house, but when they feel in the class, the learning is 100%. Please understand to bring a 1.5 volt cell and show them and tell them that this is the positive and this is the negative. 100 times you tell them positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. And then you draw. The diagram is there in the book. Positive, negative is very important. And initially, if you see the drawing that is before the symbol, it is total drawing with the positive and the negative. Very important to understand there are two terminals in a cell. Don't use the word battery. That is colloquially, we are using lot of wrong words. So a cell will have positive, negative. Very important. Teachers, please show them. It is not difficult. Normally for electricity lesson, I don't ask the children to bring. I always feel they're so naughty, they'll do something in the van. And I'm always scared that, there will be a short of a small shock, which may lead to something big. So there are certain things which I don't ask the children to bring. I myself bring from the house. And then I also show them, this is a wire. Yesterday I collected everything from my junkyard. Simple things. They are not very big things. They are there somewhere in the corner of the house. And if you keep this in your physics lab, you can teach for 3 decades and give it to your juniors who come as youngsters. You can tell either the wire and I use padne, you use it. It is like our asset. I have a piece of coal, a big piece of coal, which a Neyveli Lignite Corporation parent just gave me, saying that, ma'am, this is a piece of coal. Our children have not seen coal. Curry paatade illa. Our children are modern children. So how will they understand fossil fuels? We have to go to the coal shop and get one, which it's in urban cities, we don't know where the coal shop is there. That coal piece is there in my cupboard. And when I retire, I give it to somebody and I go. Children have not seen the fossil. And when you tell them, this is what the plant was before the earthquake happened, they'll be surprised to know that we are made out of carbon. Plants and animals, plants that got buried during an earthquake became coal. They'll be surprised. But they will not be able to ask you anything because their learning is, but later as you keep going, later they understand how many earthquakes and how many millions of years are needed to make a fossil fuel. So let us conserve it. So this is the wire we show them. And this is the cell we showed in 6th standard and the bulb. This you have to carry. If you give, they are monkeys, they'll break it. And we are put into trouble, and moreover, we have to be careful that the child does not get any cuts here and there. So this you have to bring. If you have a fused cell, today all these bulbs are white in color. So we can't even show them filament. To get a bulb like this, it's very difficult nowadays. Show them the filament. Call, and when you are in the class, make the children sit and give them some written work and bring four children to the table and show them the filament. Very important. These are the things which we can show. When I used to teach the minerals in 5th standard and talk about diamonds and rubies, and I tell them to get marble, granite, they'll say, ma'am, can I bring diamonds of my mother's earring? Our children will be able to do anything. Ma'am, mummy has red color stones, ma'am, they are rubies, ma'am, can I bring? So I'll be very careful to tell them, whatever I ask you bring. If your mama is wearing diamonds, we'll all see, you can see and feel happy about it. Our children are ready to do anything for us. And don't say it is all small children. Even in 12th standard, they will do so much for us. Even in graduation level, the way we converse with the children. Show them the bulb and show them the terminals. Very simple. So this was a recap. And what else did we do? And we said that if it is fused, the bulb will not glow. What else did we study in 6th? From there, we will start the 7th. This is a recap. What else was there? In 6th standard, bulb was there. Did we have the circuit diagram?
Yes, ma'am. We have a circuit diagram, but not with the symbols, ma'am.
Not with symbols.
From 7th standard onwards, they have the symbols.
They have the with the symbols.
We have the physical
Yes.
components of open circuit and closed circuit.
Closed circuit. So now we have come into 7th standard. In 7th standard, very exciting. The whole lesson is very exciting. The first part is symbols. We tell them what is the importance of symbol. We tell them an electrician comes, you know, he's repairing the television. All televisions are made differently. All televisions are made that how does he know where the connection is going? He'll have a diagram. From the diagram, he will correctly find out how the electricity is moving, and from there he will find out where there is a problem with the connection. That is the importance. That is a need for. Similarly, when I teach symbols also, I tell them, I'll write copper sulfate plus iron will give iron sulfate plus copper in words, and that will fill my board. That will fill my board. Then I put the symbols. What do I write? Copper sulfate plus Fe will give FeSO4 plus copper. It becomes less. So I tell them, if I have 1000 equations, when you grow up, you'll have 1000 equations to do. You can't keep writing like that. So that is why the symbols were introduced for making our study easier. So similarly, you should go a little back, go into history, geography, necessity. All these things should be integrated for the child to understand that what we are teaching is sense and it's not nonsense. Very important. Otherwise, they don't have respect. Then we go into the symbols. Symbols also very exciting for children. And then you bring the, what do you bring? The circuit diagram, right? We'll go through the lesson now. So I'm having the lesson in my hand. So we will go through the lesson. This is very important. It starts with setup of to check how steady your hand is. It's a beautiful experiment. I hope you have done this. This is called as a nerve test. And all the 40, you know, they can enjoy this with very, very nice children, teachers. Please do this experiment. A simple circuit and one wire enters the, this key is, the wire, one of the wires enters the key. And you have to very carefully bring, and suppose you have touched the wire, the bulb will glow. It's a beautiful experiment, very simple. It can be done. We used to play in our carnivals. This called as the nerve test. Please do this. Please do this. It has such a lovely meaning to what we are teaching. Then you have all the symbols, and this diagram is very important. This you can, this is analysis. Why the bulb did not grow, the children will analyze, and they will say that the third cell, the positive is attached to the positive. That is why the bulb did not glow. And this is a very common question that we give, which we considered as HOTS question. And there are some questions like that at the book back exercise also. And what is a cell holder? All these things. Now many things have changed also. You can show your remote. Your remote has got two cells, and you can show them how they are attached. Positive, negative, negative, and then here again you have negative, positive. It's all alternate. Okay, and then this is your, this is a car battery, which can also be shown to them. Not very difficult. You can go to your mechanic shop and you ask him and get this thing. You can always show this. This is a simple switch. Give this activity for all the children to do. All the children should do. They should feel it. This is very important. This is a starting of a million things in which leads to electrical engineering. This is the beginning point, teachers. If we are not very careful with the minutest details of this, then you know there is always a, what do you call? I mean, you have not done your job properly. Very, very important. And different types of questions can be asked on a circuit diagram. On a circuit diagram of an electrical circuit. Okay, the switch, the wire, the cell, the positive and the negative, and the bulb. And then you have so there's a very beautiful explanation. And then you have the off and the on, very important. And still children are making mistakes with off and on. And next is, this lesson is divided into two main parts, the heating effect and the magnetic effect. Clear? The heating effect, this is a very beautiful experiment that can be done. In the electrical shops, you have got the nichrome alloy wires. If you put the nichrome ion here, if you put the nichrome alloy wire here and you bring a thermocol very close to this, the thermocol melts. The thermocol melts. It's a beautiful experiment to show the this thing, and then you can get a burnt element from the electrical shop and show them that this is the element that is used in the iron box. So that's how it goes. And then you have heating of the coil, and you have to give them the explanation. And then here also you have the bulb is being shown, it glows, an amount of heat also. Heat is also given, and the amount of heat produced depends on material length and thickness. All these details have to be given. And then this is the new concept of incandescent electric bulbs, why we are using it. And very important, 100%, you have to talk about buying standard stuff. Don't buy whatever you want because it is 5 rupees cheap. Put that, you tell them. If you don't have money, you still feel that, you know, I really want to buy, don't buy any understandard. Especially, I give an example. Along with this, always I'm a very practical person. I tell them, don't buy any shoes which are not properly made. you make a permanent damage to your spinal cord. So ISI, you have to show them, get the cooker lid to the school and show them ISI brand marking. Indian standards marking has to be shown, saying that if that particular appliance has got this ISI, it has gone through all the checking for all the precautions to be taken, manufacture, the quality of material used. This has to be spoken to the children in elaborately. Then you have the fuse. This also can be shown. Fuse wires, everything can be shown. And then you have the MCBs today. These are there in some of our houses. You can show this, and later you can come to a magnetic effect, and you have to speak about the scientist. And here I say, why you become a scientist? Why do you become a scientist, teachers? Any idea how you are a science teacher? She's in this thing. How some people became scientists?
Curiosity to know what is inside, how it happens.
Curiosity.
Something leads us. Curiosity. Want to know what is it. Some energies that drive us.
Something is there, a drive. Yes.
Interest of that topic, or interest to know the things well.
Yes.
Their thinking level is somewhat different from us, ma'am.
Thinking. You feel that they are all high IQ compared to the other people. Okay. One more very important thing about the scientists. You know what it is?
Dedication.
Observation is different. Observation. An apple
In
fell down.
their depth only they can able to find something.
Why did the apple fall down? I saw the apple falling down every day, the pin falling down, the glass falling down every day from my hand. Glass fell down, I picked it up, I cleaned the glass, poured water, drank water, kept the glass and went away. But some people's observations are very differently. Why did it fall down? Why did it not float? That's it. Their observation is there. Everything is there around us. Nothing has come out in science.
If you have interest only, we can make the questions. That helps to discover the things.
Okay. Yes. So interest is there, observation is there, they're highly IQ. So many things are there, finally, which leads to an invention.
And thinking out of the box.
Thinking out of, that is what we have to do in the class. And whenever child says something out of the box, what is there? Nothing is there. No. What? No, we should never. We should listen to them, because actually they are thinking out of the box, which we should encourage. And if it is not from the lesson, normally the children correlate their thought process with the lesson only. They don't talk something else. So out of the box thinking should be encouraged in the class. That's why when we give them a project work in the class, they come out with many things, especially electromagnets. So let us go to the electromagnets, very important. So we have the next part. We have to think about this also very important, easy, children, teachers. Matchbox, we have a compass in it, and make this circuit. You can see the deflection. That's what this man did. He was sitting and working on electricity, and when he was working on electricity, he suddenly saw some deflection in the magnet. He was wondering, this is magnet is deflecting. Where are the magnets around my place? Then this man thought, oh, maybe there is a correlation between.
Electric current and magnet.
Yes, electricity and magnetism. So beautiful. It led to such a beautiful discovery called as magnetic effect of electric current. And today so many things are made out of electromagnets. Okay, and then you can give them all these. This is a beautiful experiment that children love to make, and it comes out very well. I hope you have done, and if you have not done, please make it a compulsory project for children. Certain things, you know, you have to, even if they don't like it, you have to make it as a compulsory project, which I believe. And in this lesson, each child has to bring one particular experiment. If it's a heating experiment, they have to tell me, and then early in the morning they give that equipment to me so that they don't handle it the whole day. But all these things, definitely one project should be given so that they handle. And tomorrow, if there are even some little things that you have to repair at home, you need to know. And then electromagnets, very beautifully, you should tell them the advantages and the electric bell. All of us, I just want to know whether all the schools have got an electric bell.
Yes,
No,
ma'am, we are
ma'am.
having.
Yes, ma'am.
We have it.
Yes. Anish,
No, ma'am. We do not have, ma'am.
you do
Yes,
not
madam,
have
we have it in our, yes, we have it in our principal's room, ma'am.
principal's room. Okay. So, can you take the children to show the electric bell? They're so excited, you know, we have electrical bells.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Pardon?
Yes, we can take them, ma'am.
Yes, good. So what we should do is just show them that you can, this explanation is little tough for children. They get confused, and but you can get an electrical bell, old electrical bells also from electrical shops if you can. And there are a lot of beautiful exercises on which you can. Odds questions are there, extended learning is there. This is something which the children love to make, the signaling system. There are so many people who have done this particular thing. Many children do, and they do the crane also. You tell them to do electromagnet, they will do the crane also. Crane, they'll put a pulley and they will do it. So this was the lesson. Okay. So you want me to share the lesson? Can we start putting in the chat box cognitive domain learning outcomes? Just a few. Yesterday we had taught, or you want, I will share my screen. My screen is ready. I can share. Think, list, compare. Now you put it as a learning outcome. The children will list this thing. The children will compare. Yeah. I want that. Yes, Bhanumati ma'am. Okay. Recognize, analyze. Okay. These were the words. Now you make it as a learning outcome. Full sentence. Students will be able to think what? You have to finish. They're thinking, but what are they going to think? They compare and contrast between conductors and insulators. Very good. This is a cognitive skill. Very good. Start from the beginning of the lesson and then you keep on going one after the other. All the cognitive. Students will be able to understand the types of circuit. Very good. They list the properties of electromagnets. Properties of electromagnet. They list the uses of electromagnets. Properties we are not teaching them here. They will list the effects of electric current. They will list the effects of electric current. List the symbols. They will draw the various symbols. Very important. That that will come in psychomotor. This cognitive only. They list the symbols. Understand the usage of battery in all appliances. Yes. Yes. Definitely. The battery is used. The cell is used. They will understand the importance of safety while using electric current. That is a very important cognitive understanding of the safety. They will understand the importance of electric fuses. Then ISI, you can have a cognitive on ISI also, ISI. The students will understand the importance of buying standard electric equipments. They understand how to make an electric circuit. Yes, they're able to differentiate between open and closed circuit. Fantastic. So these are some of the cognitive. Keep going the whole lesson. The safety also, I told you, no, understand the importance of safety while dealing with electric circuits. Yes, Nirmala ma'am, able to analyze the uses of conductors and analyze the uses of conductors and insulators. This will be out of box because we are differentiating them, and yeah, analyze the uses also, because the switch is made out of plastic, which is an insulator. A wire is made out of copper. So you can show this. The rubber is, there's a plastic over this, which is an insulator, whereas the wire is made up of copper, which is a conductor. Very important. See, thousands of things you can teach just with a wire. You don't have to go and get a huge $1 million equipment. This is enough to teach wire, everything. There are at least 10 things you can teach. So these are some of the cognitive. What about affective? One or two? Analyze the uses of miniature circuit breakers. Okay. Now we'll go to affective. Steady hands, experiment to get excited. So the students will be able to, that will be the first sentence. The students will be able to understand the, appreciate the use of a trademark ISI. That is the appreciation that lesson, and they will be motivated to, not much is there, but they will be, they will understand the importance of using the electrical appliances carefully. That also is very, very important. And then what about the psychomotor? All the diagrams. They'll be able to draw the circuit diagrams. They'll be able to draw the circuit diagrams of heating effect and magnetic effect. Yes, students will be able to appreciate the use of batteries in car and CPU. Okay, very good. Very good. You have brought one appreciation. The children will be happy to see different types of, they'll be appreciate to use different. Okay, should become aware of the sign of danger on the pole and electricity substations. Yes, that is there in 6th standard. Make the circuits for a torchlight. Yes, definitely. It's a very important. The children are able to make a circuit for a torchlight. Psychomotor. They make a homemade torch. That is in 6th standard. 7th standard, they make their own, they make toys out of electromagnet. That is psychomotor. There are some games, you know, where there is a fishing rod. The fishing rod will have a magnet, and there will be a magnet for the fish also. They do this and they pick up the fish. And how many minutes you take to pull all the 6 fish? You and me, we can have a competition. You will take 3 minutes. I'll take 1 minute. Or you take 1 minute. I take 2 minutes. You are the winner. So we can make some toys out of that. Electromagnetism is seen in toys. And we could also correlate to Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean, do you know the comical actor? Mr. Bean? His car will be in the junkyard. The car will finally reach the junkyard. And his car will be removed from the junkyard because it's iron. And that is where the children first time see an electromagnetic being used for pulling out iron pieces from the junkyard. So even their comical, all the things that they are seeing in their shows, the Doraemon, the Chin Chan, the Mr. Bean, whatever they see, if we are also seeing once in a way, we should correlate that into the classroom. Please associate the children's activity and teach them. If you tell them that watching this is wrong, they will never get connected. You tell them that you love Chin Chan, you love Doraemon, you love Bean, but I don't like Bean because he eats too much of laddu and I will become very fat. But never tell that seeing the Chota Beam is wrong, because that is what they are seeing mostly in life, and it's not wrong to see a cartoon character. When Chin Chan comes, is very naughty. He throws the shoe here, one shoe here, and one shoe there. Whereas the Japanese never do that. Mother gets very angry because you are supposed to keep the shoes properly. So there you bring something nice out of their cartoon characters. Then they feel very nice, they feel confident, and then they will come and speak to you. Whenever I tell the children, I just love Chin Chan. He's my favorite comical character. They enjoy. They get connected to me. The moment I say don't see Chin Chan, they are wrong, they will never come back to you. Never say that what they are doing is wrong. Yes, but there are certain things that they do wrong, but the way you convey has to be done very properly. So these are our able to make our own toy robots by electric vibrations. How electric vibrations, ma'am? Shashikala, ma'am? Electric circuits or vibrations?
Yes, ma'am. With the help of motors, they are connected with batteries. They are making some toy robots, ma'am. For our school exhibition, annual exhibition, they are setting.
Excellent. Exhibitions are also one way, where we have a huge rush of children with their experiments. And when they say that, okay, I've selected her and not you, they really feel bad because each one is making an experiment of their own IQ level. So these were then you have the visual aids. All this can be put as visual aids in your lesson plan. Everything can be brought to the school. Excepting a dinosaur, everything can be brought to the school. We have pet horses, we have pet elephants, we are in Crocodile Bank, which is famous in Chennai. They had a reptile show where they get 1-year-old alligators to school, which I could not do that. And they show the leathery eggs of a reptile, big leathery eggs of the reptile, and we can also get their alligators to school, 1-year-old alligators. So everything can be brought to school and shown. Of course, we have to be very careful. And sometimes when you go to Crocodile Bank, you'll see that lady is happily playing with the python. So so many things can be seen, shown, observed. And wherever you go, you should bring the science, history, geography of that place and that thing to the children. You tell them, no, they're going. Where are you going? You ask them. Then you say, we're going here, we are going there. You tell them, oh, you're going there. You're going to see that. Find out the history of that, geography of that, physics and chemistry, and then go. There is so much of physics in all the structures of Jaipur palaces. In so much of physics is involved in our Gopurams. There was one day called as No Shadow Day, 4 days back. Did anybody hear about it? No Shadow Day? When the shadow at the zenith, it looks as if there is no shadow. It's just under your feet. So that was called as No Shadow Day. I think it just happened 4 days back. No Shadow Day. So when we are teaching about shadows, you should tell about the No Shadow Day. So lot of reading. The teachers have to do lots of reading. So we have finished our visual aid also. So as I told you, we can carry so many things to the class, and so many things we need not ask the children to carry. Okay. So we have finished how to take the lesson in the proper manner as the author has written. Okay. Yesterday we did that. Today also we did that. Then we went into learning outcomes. We did visual aids. and then we did the assessment, and we have done the, before that we have talked about the methodology. In this electricity lesson, definitely it is going to be lots of experiments. You can take them to the physics lab also. This is an opportunity to take them to the physics lab, because children are very excited to see the physics. Chemistry lab, it's little difficult because we have the shelves, but the physics lab, we'll have large tables, and the biology lab also, they love to go into the labs also. So after this, we will just go through the question papers. So this lesson is totally, we have completed this lesson, right? Of all the aspects that we took yesterday and today.